Hello, everyone, and welcome to VoxelVixens.
Fancy again.
So fancy.
Oh.
So this is episode 2. We decided that this went pretty well last time, so
Yeah.
decided to keep it up, try and do it again, see how it works.
Do homework.
Do
again.
homework, yes. We have to do our homework for each week to
Gotta
find
remember.
what we want to talk about for the week.
Yeah, not at the last minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and today
Damn.
we have decided to talk about a couple of things, obviously.
Yep.
So you have decided to talk about
Old TV shows?
old TV shows, like old cartoons.
Yeah,
yes.
mainly because I started last night I was watching some old cartoon shows and I was like, oh man, I love these. Why can't shows be like this anymore?
Alright, so that's what she's planning to talk about this episode, and what I'm planning to talk about this episode is probably going to be Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon, and the fact that it's the 20th anniversary for Harvest Moon this year.
Yeah, how's that?
Yeah,
What was
well,
it made?
20 years ago.
20 years ago?
20 years ago.
With Pokemon? Or
With Pokemon. Well, I mean, not with Pokemon, but
Yeah.
around the same time as Pokemon was made, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a
I
long
think
time.
Harvest Moon was made a little bit after Pokemon was made,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
This is a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Damn.
So before we get into those things today, I would like to give a shout out to all of our new subscribers that we've gotten over the last couple of
Yay.
days. I don't know if you're here for this, or if you're here for Stardew Valley and City Skylines, or if you're here for our stupid shenanigans with the baconing and stuff.
Shenanigans.
No
No one watches that.
one
Sad.
watches that. Honestly, we know that nobody watches it.
We're just playing it because it's
This
fun.
is just for us at this point.
Yeah.
We're just trying to finish the game and get it over with.
Goddamn.
So I'm sorry if that's crowding your subscription box, but we're gonna keep doing it
Does that
until
thing
it's over.
really work? Does not work for me.
What? The subscription box?
does not work for me.
It works for me.
Ugh,
It works for
it
me.
never works for me.
If
It's
it
like,
doesn't
nope.
work for you, and if you aren't seeing all of our videos, then make sure you come to our page.
Yeah.
Make sure you take a look at the playlists, because I do update the playlists pretty regularly to have all of the different content from our series.
I don't.
And there is a link in each of the videos in the description for the playlist for that series.
Yeah. I don't know how to do any of that stuff yet.
Well, we'll work on it.
Yeah.
I
I'll
mean,
have to learn.
When we get
I'll
into
learn.
doing, your videos, you want to do some videos on your own too, right?
I want to do some spoopy videos.
Spoopy videos.
Yeah, because Amber doesn't like
She wants to do
spoopy videos.
horror games because I can't do horror games.
And I
It's
love
basically the
horror.
same thing for me. Like, you don't do all of these casual sort of aesthetic kind of games,
Nah.
but you do spoopy games, and I don't do
Yeah.
spoopy games.
I love
so
scary games that make me want to have a heart attack.
want to shit yourself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love having a heart attack in
Oh
my
yeah,
games.
that felt good. Oh, my heart.
Oh yeah, that heart attack was a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna work on that eventually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a computer set at my house. It's just, it needs to be updated. It needs to be, it just needs to be cleaned and redone because it's old.
Yeah.
Like from Windows.
And you have the same
7.
recording software as I do too, don't you?
Yeah, I can get that. Yeah.
And of course, you're going to be doing spoopy games.
Yeah.
From Steam or
Well, yeah, I have, you've seen my library. And
Yeah.
It's pretty.
it's pretty spoopy.
It's pretty. I mean, to me, it's not that bad, but yeah, I mean, I could go through all of those and get those done, and then I can go looking up some, like, just little scary
Yeah.
horror games on the side, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe some of those really small, like, you download this and you can play it in like an hour or something
Yeah,
like that.
I could
Those
do
RPG
those.
Maker games.
Yeah.
The RPG Maker games are actually pretty good.
Yeah, I've
I've
seen
seen
a couple
some-
that are really nice.
Yeah, I've seen some really good horror RPG Maker games that
Yeah.
came out. Actually, that's one of the major things that people make with RPG Maker is
Yeah,
horror
horror.
games.
It just works well with it.
Yeah, it really works well for it. There was actually one that I saw that was like, it was just some yandere sort of game.
Yeah.
Not yandere simulator,
Yeah.
but it was just like a yandere sort of game that had like, it was this girl who just was acting completely normal around you, and you came
Yeah.
to her house and you were like, gonna like have dinner with her or something, and
Right.
she was sitting there making dinner while you walked around her house
Oh.
and found these different diary entries and found out she murdered her parents and
That's
all of
messed
this
up.
scary ass shit. And, yeah. Eventually, if you walk into a closet when you don't have like a flashlight or something,
Yeah.
then you turn around and she'll be there and she'll be like, "You've seen what you shouldn't have seen," or something
that
like
is
that,
messed up.
and kill you. If you walk in with a flashlight, you find the corpses.
Oh.
It's pretty messed up, man.
That's not bad to me, and to you, you're probably like, oh, nope, don't want to do it.
Well, I mean, that kind of horror game I can actually deal with because it didn't have any jump scares or anything like
really?
that. It
Okay,
was
yeah.
purely, like, story-driven horror stuff.
I've gotten used to jump scares. It's more like, to me, what really gets me scared is the atmosphere and pretty much the suspense leading to it, because that's scary. I mean, you can't just jump scare me every time. It's like, okay, enough. Maybe one time when I'm really not focused, but scary, like, situations leading to it is what scares me.
Well, the atmosphere was really, it was just, like, homely. It was just a house. Just a nice, comforting, quiet house. But, yeah, what was inside the house was kind of messed up. And you could tell that she was really messed up in general.
She was messed up.
She was messed up.
Nah.
Your good ending is, like, spending your entire life with her or something.
Yeah, no.
That's not a good ending.
No.
That's not a good ending.
That's really the bad ending.
Yeah. Apparently that person makes a lot of those kind of games.
Really?
I don't remember which Let's Player I saw this from, but they were saying that the person that makes those kind of games makes them all the time.
Oh, yeah. See, I like those games, and I'm pretty sure if once I get my setup done, play those on the side.
Yeah.
Quick, easy games.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that bad.
Those things, I mean, they're easy to record, fast to record, and they can definitely fill in some more spoopy game shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
But, yeah. So hopefully we can get that started soon enough. Don't know when yet. We're still working on it. That might take a while.
Yeah. You might need to come to my house and
I might need to go to her house and help her record some things and work out how things work and everything like that. Because
we'll
right now we have the only setup that we have is at my house. So yeah.
Well, we can figure it out.
We'll work on it.
We've done it before, figuring things out.
So also we did have one fan suggestion for things to talk about today.
Oh, we did?
We did.
What is that?
It was about Big Hero 6. Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
So, apparently, there has been talk about a Big Hero 6 TV show.
Ooh.
Yeah, and people are talking about the idea of Tadashi coming back to life from the fire.
How?
Yeah, it's been a big thing ever since the movie came out in the first place. Apparently, just, like, Tadashi has been this, like, major character that everyone was like, well, he went into the fire, but did he really die?
Okay, here's the thing. Didn't they have a funeral for him, you know?
Yeah, they did.
I'm pretty sure
he's
of
dead.
his
Also,
and...
at the same time, like, it would really ruin all of the character development that Hiro had through the entire movie.
Pretty much Tadashi is the Uncle Ben to, you know, to him, because it's like, once Uncle Ben's dead, that's how Spider-Man becomes Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's a thing.
You gotta keep that.
It's how he became a hero. He went through this tragic thing that happened. Tadashi is not gonna come back to life just because he
rebuilt
wanted
himself, you know? He had to do this. And
but
then,
at the same time, the rumors are pointing out the fact that the man that he went in to save lived.
Yeah,
and it was his nanobots or something like that fixed it. That saved the man.
Right, but he saved himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he would have saved him. I swear, he's just such a bad guy.
Tadashi went in to save him. Maybe he took pity on him or something like that, you know?
But I can't say that because, like, look
at
this guy's acting.
I know.
He was selfish.
He was really selfish.
So,
I really think that Tadashi is dead and Tadashi isn't going to come back to life or anything like that.
Don't bring him back, because...
If they did bring him back...
It kind of ruins the point of the coming from the heart. It's
it would really ruin all of the character development that happened because of Tadashi dying in the first place. And I know that's sad to say, but it's true. It's just tragedies happen, guys. So can't just retcon tragedy just because you feel like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. But you know, there is a TV show coming out, so
That's so crazy.
We'll
would
see.
It be like, how would it be?
The TV show? I'm not sure. I mean,
How
I assume it would sort of be like a superhero TV show in general. Just like they go out and save people from different things going on in...
Kind of like
in... What is that place called again? It's like Tokyo, but also not Tokyo.
It's
San Fran, Tokyo.
Tokyo, yeah.
San Fran, Tokyo.
That's a
or
weird
something
way.
like that.
I know Japan's like influencing our society, but man, that just
yeah, that was a jump.
That was a big jump. But
yeah, no, maybe giant monsters attack San Fran, Tokyo or something.
Dang, is it kind of like The Incredibles? Because I know they want to redo The Incredibles, and
Maybe
I like
that's
that
what they're doing instead of The Incredibles, redoing The Incredibles or
really?
something like that.
I like that movie.
Yeah, so
And I don't feel like there should be another movie.
Wasn't there an Incredibles TV show?
There was like they did little like shorts for them, but it was pretty much after the hype, and it was just little shorts, and that was it. I like those shorts; those were actually pretty good. But making another series just doesn't seem not appropriate, but it just doesn't seem like it's worth the wait anymore. Like like I know they're doing the Finding Dory.
Yeah, Finding Dory.
Yeah.
Finding Dory.
I'm
really excited for Finding Dory. Also, Zootopia.
Yeah,
I heard that Zootopia was really good.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I really want to see Zootopia.
But I saw the trailer for Finding Dory, and I thought, that's actually a movie that, for a sequel, I would probably go see it. Because it looks good.
It seems like a reasonable conclusion to be a sequel, too.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't look like...
Dory would get lost.
Yeah.
Dory would definitely get lost.
It doesn't look like...
Especially with her Just Keep Swimming thing.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
It doesn't feel like one of those, like, princess movies where you know how many Cinderella movies they made?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just Dory. Yeah. It's just so her to get lost and need to be found or something like that.
It seems like a good story to be remade, but like, whilst like the Disney ones, like the Prince, you know how Disney makes those sequels, and it's like, those are flops.
Oh god, most of the sequels for Disney movies are terrible. Have you seen like Pocahontas 2?
Yeah. That is sad.
Or like The Hunchback 2.
Yeah.
That one was also bad. Mulan 2.
Yeah, Mulan was sucky.
Mulan 2 was all about those three other guys getting girlfriends. And that was basically the whole thing. Oh, and marriage problems.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Since I took an art history of Asian culture, and like I watched Mulan with my mom like maybe last month, and I was like, man, pointing out tons of things that are incorrect about
flaws.
Just
there's a lot of flaws in Pocahontas too.
It's just the society and how it was. I'm like, this does not make sense.
Yep.
Everything, it should have been scrubbed clean.
Yeah.
You know.
The whole thing doesn't really add
and
up.
the making
But
new
then
ones
again,
is
they're
just
making fairy tales that are like goody two shoe and like they're yeah.
I would like to see a good story, like even a princess story, where it just doesn't seem to fall right. You know?
Yeah.
No one has that good luck with everything. I mean, come on. Like, Cinderella...
Tiana's story was pretty good.
It was good. It was more like...
Tiana's story was like, she was down on her luck, and then she helped a prince out. I mean, that's the only part that really gets me, but it is the Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, but to be honest, he was a prince, but he wasn't really... He
wasn't really a great prince.
Money. Yeah,
he was a broke
he was
prince in the first place. Yeah, which is a great thing to do to it because it's like she still married a prince, but she's not rich.
Yeah,
she had to get all of her. She had to work for everything.
Yeah, and it was a good story.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like Cinderella. Like, here's the thing about Cinderella: she had land. Her father had land.
Yeah,
I mean, the mother ruined it, but I mean, still, it's like. She still had money, or she still had a status.
Yeah.
And then it's just like...
She still had status.
She got to a bigger status. Like, wow, that's
she became a princess, basically.
From just marrying someone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it kind of went back
then. By
the
way, have you ever been upset about the fact that Mulan is considered one of the Disney princesses? Because she's not a princess.
Yeah.
She was just, like, she's a warrior.
Yeah, she's a warrior.
She had a commendation from the emperor, but that doesn't mean she's a princess.
Yeah.
She's never been a princess. She's always been a warrior.
She never married royalty.
She never married royalty.
Yeah.
She married another warrior. She married another person that was in the army.
Yeah.
So she's never been a princess, and she's still a part of the Disney princesses.
Technically, in China, to be a princess or like royalty, she would have had to marry the son of the emperor.
Yeah, and she didn't.
Yeah, and to marry that the son of the emperor, she would have had to be a lady of status, and they weren't. They were like farmers or something.
He's not the son of the emperor, is he? He's not, right?
No, because he was the son of a general.
Yeah, he was the general's son. Yes.
Yeah.
General's son. General is not the emperor, so yeah, she's not a princess,
You're not a
guys.
princess.
Not a
who
princess.
should be
and
a
also
princess?
Elsa in the Disney Princess Club, but she's a queen.
Yeah, she is a queen.
Yeah.
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 I mean, technically, she's not forced, but like she had to be pushed into being a queen.
Who was actually a princess first in the Disney princesses? Let's see. There's Jasmine. Belle is technically not a princess.
Yeah, no. I mean, she married a prince?
I don't think he's a prince.
Is he just royalty?
I think he's just like
No,
nobility.
maybe he was.
I think he's nobility, but I don't think he's like a prince.
Maybe he was? I don't remember.
I haven't seen Beauty and the Beast in a long time.
Oh, yeah, me neither. The first, like, in the timeline, should be, Snow White.
Yeah. Was she a princess?
Yes, because she was, because she was, the evil queen tried to kill her so that she
was the fairest
ran.
in the land.
Yeah. Well, no, the evil queen tried to kill her. She was the stepdaughter of the evil queen. She ran and hid in the forest with the dwarves and, you know.
The evil queen tried to kill her because she was the fairest in the land, though.
No, but she was the daughter of the queen. And then once the queen died and she turned of age.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't seen that in a long time either, but
that was a long time ago too. Yeah, that should be the first
should be. Either way, she married a prince, so even if she wasn't nobility in the first place, she married a prince, and then Prince Charming.
Yeah.
For Cinderella, that was obviously
I believe
a prince.
Aurora was next.
Also a
Before
prince, just a named random
Those
prince.
Those are considered the three three first generation ones.
Yeah.
And then it gets into the I guess warrior kind of princesses with Mulan and
Well, okay, so Ariel married a prince.
she was though a princess.
She was a princess first though, yes. So she's the princess of the sea. Jasmine was a princess already. Are they the only two? There's also Anna. Anna was always a princess.
That are technically princesses. The first three were. Then there's those
Technically, Rapunzel or whatever. I don't.
Yeah,
Did they
Rapunzel
change
was.
her name? I think they did change her name.
Rapunzel, yeah, her name ended up being different, but yeah, Rapunzel.
But the Tangled girl, whatever her name was,
think
she
it's
was
just
never
Rapunzel.
a princess.
No, she was. She was related to the.
Oh yeah, no, she was. She was kidnapped. Yeah.
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 So she wasn't raised a princess though. So, but she is an actual princess. Mulan was not an actual princess.
No, she was. She pretty much, in that society, she pretty much became,
She became nobility.
Yeah, she
She's
became
noble,
nobility,
but
which
she's
is
not a princess.
Yeah, she shouldn't be a princess. To be honest. They don't consider her a princess. That's weird.
Yeah, she's in the princess club. The princesses in general kind of weird because either they married into it and then they're technically not really. They weren't a princess in the first place.
There are guidelines that Disney has for princess status.
Yeah, I don't know what the guy. And then there's like Kida from Atlantis.
Yeah,
she is a princess.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's right. I remember hearing about that.
She's a princess. Yeah,
she should be a princess.
She's been a prince. She's the oldest princess, also.
Yeah,
she's been a princess for like thousands of years or something.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, she is a princess, but she didn't make it into the princess club. So I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what.
There is no. I think from Disney's the way they do it, they you either have to be born of a prince or a lineage, or you have to like prove your worth, which is what Mulan did, and. I mean, not in general, no, they're not princesses.
Yeah.
But for Disney status, to be a princess in, marketing and whatever,
yeah,
you have to do, you
have to do something great.
Yeah, you have to do something great,
hero,
which is what, kind of what Brave did, because she's still, the girl from Brave, she's, even though she was a princess, she still kind of, did the hero act, which is,
Yeah.
But,
though they always market her in her dress, and she hates.
Yeah,
she hates her
that
dress.
was the yeah.
Oh well.
I liked her. She was a good princess, kind of.
Yeah, my parents rewatched Brave recently.
It was more like, not a princess thing, it was coming of age, kind of, but it was more like a family thing where it's like, I gotta take care of my family, I gotta remember that, they love me and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Which was good, but it wasn't super like, I need to find the prince, or I love this person, which is, that's the good thing, and that's why I like Brave more
they're
than,
kind of doing that a little bit more nowadays.
I kind of do want to see the Hawaiian princess one, or if she's a princess.
Moana, I think it's called. Yeah, I'm really excited for that one. Also, like, Lilo didn't count as a princess either, but she did things that were cool.
She did heroic things.
Yeah.
Hell, space invaders. She pretty much saved Earth from a space invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Did you ever see the TV show for that?
I like that
That
TV
was
show.
good.
That was okay.
That's an example of a good Disney TV show remake.
Which goes into my conversation
Aladdin was also not bad, actually.
I don't
but
remember
yes, this does go into our first segment of the day that is ours. Old TV shows.
Yeah. So, that was a good TV show.
Yes.
Lilo and Stitch, which Disney really doesn't make good TV shows adapted from movies. They really don't.
No.
I mean,
really
if they
don't.
made
that's why I'm a little bit worried about the Big Hero 6 one.
Yeah, I mean, Lilo and Stitch was really good.
Yeah, but a lot of the time, it doesn't end up being good.
I mean, like, imagine if they did one for, like, Finding Nemo. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
That
What would they
crappy.
even do?
I don't know, but that's the thing. That's how they usually end up being. It's like, what are they even trying to accomplish?
I have no idea.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, I was watching, it was called Kappa Mikey, and it's so stupid, but I remember seeing it, and I'm like, I like this. It's interesting to me. It reminded me, like, I wasn't super into anime a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
But I used to love watching Sailor Moon and all that, but I was never, like, into anime as I was now,
Right.
But I remember seeing that, and the art style is crappy. Trust me, it is. It is pretty crappy. But it was a good show. The guy who plays Goku is, I forgot the guy's name. He's like a blue-haired character in it, and you can hear his voice, and it's pretty funny. And he's pretty much the only funny one in there, I think, but I liked that show. It was really good, and it just ends.
It just magically ends.
It just ends.
I really hate when TV shows just go, yeah, we're done now.
Yeah, you didn't really... I mean, like, I like Adventure Time.
Right.
But if
Adventure Time is good.
If the ratings didn't pull in, they would get rid of
it. It would
it.
end, yeah.
They would.
Yeah.
And that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I have a couple that... Like, Martin Mystery. Mm-hmm. I love that show.
Actually, it's kind of like Korra.
Yeah.
Korra got pulled.
Because it
wasn't getting very good ratings.
And that's the problem with, like,
Didn't
shows.
The last few episodes of it not really happen?
Like,
weren't they, like, online or something like that?
I think something like that happened. I don't remember.
I think so.
I actually just stopped watching it because...
Yes, The Legend of Korra.
It just didn't,
It's kind of like Avatar, The Last Airbender, but
I love that.
The second season
I loved it.
Series thing.
Yeah.
If you never saw it.
Airbender was good.
Airbender was really good. Korra was not so good. The
Yeah,
second season of it was really bad.
I was gonna watch it, but then I started hearing about the second season. Then I was like,
the first season is okay. The second season is awful. The third season is a little bit redeeming, but not much. And then the fourth season is really good.
Yeah, because I remember like when it began, I was like in high school, and I wasn't watching it because I was still busy with everything else, and I was gonna like maybe like during a winter break or a summer break, I was gonna watch it all.
Right.
But that was like months and months away. So I remember the second season came out, and people were like, "Nah, it just got bad." I'm like, "What happened?"
It did. It got really bad, but it did get a little bit better at the end, and it did have a really good ending.
It ended up for me like not watching it because I remember like maybe 2 semesters ago, I was taking a class, and there's this dude next to me, and he was like, "I love Sailor Moon." I'm like, "I do too." So we would talk about Sailor Moon, and I know that the Sailor Moon Crystals came out, and he said he was going to rewatch it, or, start watching it.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I'll wait, maybe. And he came back to me, he's like, I watched it all. And I was like, how was it? He's like, I don't like it. I hate it. It's just, I'm like,
I've
crap.
heard that they made her less whiny.
Really?
Yeah.
I I haven't heard
what I
anything
heard.
anymore because, I mean, he comes back to me, he's like, man, it just doesn't feel the same anymore. I'm like, I could probably relate. I mean, those were old shows.
Right.
You gotta
right.
remember, these were like...
Airbender, okay, Airbender is old now, isn't it?
Oh,
We're
yeah.
old, aren't we?
I'm like, here,
Hold
I have
on.
a list.
I'm gonna look up when the last Airbender was made, but yes, you
I
say
have
your
a list of, like, all the shows I loved watching, and these shows were, like, only in, like, maybe 2000, early 2000s. That's not that old, but when you think about it, yeah, it was. I mean, I was in middle school or something. That's the movie. Don't look
That's
that
the
up.
movie.
That,
Dear God.
God, Shyamalan, why'd you do that to us?
Oh God, it's 11 years old now. It's 11 years old.
I'm 21 right now. My God, I was 10.
God.
I was 10 when that came
God.
out.
Oh my
no,
God.
wait, are you sure?
Yes, it says February 21st, 2015 to July 19th, 2008. 2015? No, 2005.
Wow.
Whoops.
I mean, yeah.
I said 2015 because I'm so used to
It's
the...
2005, yeah.
Whoops. 2005. February 21st, 2005 to July 19th, 2008. And
My
that was
God, I
The
was
Last
young.
Airbender. Wow.
I was young.
Yeah. I mean, I'm turning 23 in 2 days, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Jesus. But yeah, so that is old now. That is actually an
of
old
course.
TV show. Wow.
Now that I think about it, some of the shows that were made in 2000,
Or
I was a 16-year difference. Holy shit. I am old.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, like, here's the thing. I loved Martin Mystery, and the art style. And
I don't remember Martin Mystery.
Martin Mystery was kind of like Totally Spies, but not a lot of following because it was still it was good because it reminded me of like this old, but they could do it like
Right.
It's not like nowadays where they did like mystery shows with mutants and like scary things where they can't really put too
Not
much on.
supernatural sort of things, just like...
It was a good supernatural show. Like, it was good.
Okay.
And it for a cartoon show, I mean, it wasn't, like, risque or, like, crazy enough like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for Adult Swim, I mean, sometimes Adult Swim could put, like, little kind of things that weren't too risque, but, you know.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was, you know, kind of adult show, I guess. Like a teen show.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah, I watched cartoons a lot.
Yeah.
I was too busy with cartoons for that.
And, I
Like,
mean, it was
Powerpuff
good.
Girls and Billy and Mandy and... What else?
I love
was that?
Billy and Mandy.
Cow and Chicken.
Cow and Chicken.
Angry Beavers.
Loved Angry I was watching the other day, and I swear to God, I remember that episode that I was
And then
watching.
there's the anime that was on Cartoon Network. There was Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball.
There
That was during Toonami's run.
That was during Toonami's run.
Okay, not Toonami as in now as you know it. Toonami when it was like
Toonami back in our day.
when we were younger and old, you know, like
when we weren't old like this.
yeah, like old to us was like, yeah, we were in like middle school, we're old kids, we
totally
could do
old.
what we want, and it's like, no, we can't
But
do
really
that.
though, Toonami was the best. Like
Toonami is the best. It brought so much
Yu Yu
stuff over.
Hakusho. That was a really good show.
That was a good show.
That was a really
That
good
was
show.
a good show.
Except at the time I had a really big like teen girl crush on the fox dude.
Oh really?
With the like vine whips.
Yeah.
And that always had a rose in his mouth or something.
Great.
Yeah.
Teen crush. Zatch
Teen
Bell.
crush.
I love
Zatch Bell. Oh my god, I forgot that existed. And then there's Code Lyoko that was on Toonami too.
That I love that. Okay, that was an awesome show. That was also like a teen kind of show, kind of. I mean, I say teen, but I say like.
It was more like preteen for us.
Yeah, I guess that like you would consider that a preteen show,
Yeah.
but it was still like not kiddie, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't consider.
People baby kids so much
I know,
nowadays.
like-
with all of these TV shows, they're just like, oh my god, you can't say that to kids. But
And it's very.
it got said to us.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing.
Okay, hold on. The shows that I think that should not have been for kids and should not have been directed at kids are things like Invader Zim at the time
Oh, yeah,
was
that was
actually
pretty bad.
really bad.
Yeah.
And,
if you go back, it's pretty bad.
Cow and Chicken was also really
Okay,
bad.
we all know that.
Ren
that
and
there's-
Stimpy was the worst.
Oh, we all know that was like, that was during my older brother time, and I watched it because he was watching it. You know? And my mom hated it because it looked gross.
Cow and
it was
Chicken
like,
had
I'm
a bunch
I
of things that it really shouldn't have had as jokes.
Oh yeah,
and
no, they're dirty. Like dirty,
Ren and
dirty.
Stimpy was really
There's a
really
reason
bad.
why it switched over to MTV.
And then there's also Rocco's Modern Life. That was actually about like some unemployed guy.
A wallaby?
A wallaby. Yeah, it was a
wallaby. Yeah. Yeah.
Rocco's Modern Life was about some guy that was unemployed and a bunch of
I liked that
weird
show. That was
shit
really good.
that happened. Yeah, I liked all of these shows.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they really shouldn't have been made.
Yeah, and if they try to put them on TV again, they would probably be like, "Oh shit, this is kids nowadays."
Shit, no.
And it's like, come on.
It'd be on Adult Swim.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think Adult Swim should put on some of the... I mean, I do like when they bring Toonami.
I think Adult Swim should become like retro shows.
Yeah, I like it when they have Toonami and everything, but I don't think... I think there should be like a day, like maybe Wednesday or Tuesday, Throwback Thursday.
Throwback
maybe.
Thursday. Throwback Thursday.
Dude, that would be great with like Ren and Stimpy. Beavis and Butthead was great.
Beavis and Butthead.
My brother used to watch that, and I used to watch
Beavis and Butthead. I don't think I was allowed to watch much of.
I only watched it when my brother was watching it, and then
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead was
tell
bad.
our mom. Oh, what was it? Recess.
Recess was
I
good.
loved
Recess was good.
They won't show that on it anymore. It's sad.
Hey Arnold was a good one.
Hey
Doug.
Arnold was amazing. Doug. My brother watched Doug in the morning right before he went to school, and I would watch with him.
Yeah.
As
Doug
his,
was
like,
good.
getting his backpack ready. That was great.
There's one other that I'm not really remembering right at the moment. The kids one?
Detention?
Detention.
It reminded me of Recess, but I was like, no, Detention.
But no, there was another one. The kids that had like the tree house, and there was 5 of them, and they were all named like number 1.
Codename Kids Next Door.
Codename Kids Next Door. There we go.
Like, where are you? What?
I couldn't remember the name of it.
That's a good show. Yeah,
that was good too.
And no, that is coming back.
That is coming back.
With Galactic Kids Next Door, I believe.
Galactic Kids Next Door.
That's good. I hope it... Okay, I understand having different styles of art, but at least kind of pay homage to how it used to be, because that's how it started, and that's how it looked good like that. And doing something like...
They're doing a lot of that sort of thing where they change the art style of things. It's just not
really
working.
Boxy kind of, because, okay, here's the thing. I love Ben 10. I know it's weird. I mean, it was one of those shows, kind of like Martin Mystery, but a little bit less, more kiddie.
Yeah, I liked Ben 10.
Martin Mystery was a little bit more like a preteen going into a teen, right?
Right.
Ben 10 was kind of like a kid going into preteen, right? Mm-hmm. It was good, and the original Ben 10 was good. I liked that.
Yeah, I really liked the original Ben 10.
Good shows, good plot line, great.
Yeah.
They're redoing it, I heard, and I looked at the art style. And shit, man. These arts, like, I understand there's a budget, but man, do you really look like you're pulling back on the style? It's like very
I wish we had gotten
simple.
A picture of that to put up right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry we don't have a picture, but
I mean, here's the thing.
Go check it out. Yeah. The art style is really bad.
The thing about it looks like you're just like taking it straight out, and they're just saying, we kinda can do something like this.
But at the same time, like the Powerpuff Girls are also getting remade, of course.
They look kinda like they used to.
The art style that they're doing it in is paying direct homage to how things used to look. The differences being like Buttercup has a tuft on her head, Blossom's bow is bigger. I think Bubbles' ponytails are a little bit higher.
And like a little bit more fluffier.
Well, only a little bit though, if anything. And then their outlines are less thick.
Okay, they look so weird without it.
The thick outlines really did something for them.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about the new outlines. But at the same time, like...
It still looks like
that
them.
Looks like the old stuff still. Yeah. It's paying a much bigger tribute than the Powerpuff Girls that they were planning to do in 2015, 2014, I think.
I think it was 2013.
I think it was 2015.
No, it's 2013.
I don't know. Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know, man.
2013.
I don't want to look it up right now.
Bring
but
it back.
somewhere in the last couple of years they were planning to do a remake, and it was like it was kind of like a It reminded me a lot of a scrapbook.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like
Yeah.
putting together paper mache.
Paper
and all
mache,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, it looked like
me
that.
of
I did not like it. It was just it. The thing about it is, you get this old show that you remember, and it was simple.
Right.
You know, it was simple, easy on the eyes, and then you got this one, and it was like, holy crap! There's so much to look at, and
Yeah.
I can't pay attention.
But I did actually really like that art style.
It's cute, but it wasn't super. It wasn't. It was just too much. It was really too much. Like,
yeah.
there. I mean,
But
too
at the
much
same
detail
time,
for it.
like, now that they're trying to do it a little bit close to the original,
Yeah.
it bothers me even more.
Yeah.
Because now that they're trying to do it close to the original, I'm like,
You're nitpicking.
that's not quite right. I mean, I really can't stand the little tuft on Buttercup's head.
Yeah.
I cannot. It bothers me so much.
I can deal with it. It's just, I don't like their voices.
Like, what happened in the last couple of years, Buttercup? You forgot how to brush your hair? What?
Oh my god.
What?
I think their voice actors are just the most annoying thing.
The voice actors aren't bad.
I think
do
it
kind of like
pisses
that
me
they
off.
made one of them an actual kid. Because Bubbles' voice actor is actually a kid.
I think it's because they couldn't get like a Tara Strong kind of sound. Which Tara Strong, she does a lot of voice acting.
Why not just get Tara Strong? Like, the thing is, they
Yeah.
had the original voice actors for the Powerpuff Girls that they were planning on making, the
Yeah.
weird art styled one. They
Yeah.
had the original voice actors for that. And then they start doing this other show, and they start putting out all of these previews for it, and suddenly it's not those voice actors. Suddenly it's different voice actors.
And it just doesn't sound right. Like, Blossom sounds so... Oh god, she sounds so fucking
She
annoying.
sounds whiny. Blossom sounds whiny. Bubbles sounds more snarky. I actually like Bubbles.
She sounds a little snarkier.
I like Bubbles' voice.
But I did like Tara Strong's,
I liked
voice
Tara
actress.
Strong's
I
version of it because
voice
it
of
gave
it.
her more innocence.
Yeah.
But now she seems like an innocent, but not quite as innocent as she could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. She seems like she has a little bit of snark in her.
Buttercup just seems a little... She's, like, trying too hard to be...
But yeah, the voice actor is
too
trying
much.
too hard for Buttercup.
Yeah, she's trying too
She
hard.
is. She's trying too hard to match the original voice, and they should have just picked the original voice actor.
Now, here's the thing. I remember hearing Samurai Jack is coming back.
Samurai Jack is also coming back.
And
yes.
here's the thing. I love the art style. I loved his voice actor. It was great. I mean, it's just...
Have you heard anything about if they're using the same voice actor again?
I don't know. I haven't heard much from it.
Alright.
Here's the thing. The art style during that time, yes, it was different. Yes, it was strange compared to the... At the time
It
they were doing...
aged really well.
It aged well.
It aged really well.
It
Like, Powerpuff Girls didn't really age that well. If you
No.
go back and look at it, like, all of the backgrounds and everything like that doesn't really look good. The characters themselves aged okay, but not
Yeah.
great.
But here's the thing, for art style, you gotta remember, there is a difference in art style from
Yeah.
back then to today. I mean,
Samurai Jack
Samurai
nowadays...
Jack would probably work really well.
Yeah,
Because
Samurai
the art
Jack-
style is like this art style nowadays.
Samurai Jack was like the beginning of all of this boxy sort of art style or different looking characters that weren't soft and
Yeah.
and
Rounder.
rounder. Yeah, all of the cartoons when we were a kid were more soft or they were either more soft or they were animals.
Yeah.
Because either they looked more like humans or they were animals.
I mean, here's the thing, when we say soft, like Totally Spies,
Totally Spies.
they were human.
Totally Spies
figures.
was almost anime-esque.
It was good. I like that. And that's what, like Martin Mystery, that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
That, like the color palette, the
And then
the
there's things
style.
like Scooby-Doo and Tom and Jerry who went more for realism.
Yeah, and nowadays it's like boxy.
Boxy, cartoonish. Well, I mean, of course, cartoonish, but
Yeah, but I mean, these are just like
cartoon
dramatic,
style has
kind
changed
of,
a lot.
if you will say
Yeah.
dramatic. I really hope they don't change Samurai Jack too much. It was good.
I've seen a picture, I think, of what the Samurai Jack art style looked like, and it looked a little bit different,
A
but
little bit.
not in a way that I was, like, offended by, you know?
Yeah,
It
I mean-
it still looked like Samurai Jack.
I mean, the way they made it is because of the futuristic look. I
Right.
mean, you see this futuristic look. It's so
It was such an interesting world, too.
yeah. It wasn't like the '80s where they're like, man, cyberpunk, but it looked man, '80s. Let me tell you about that cyberpunk.
We weren't even born in the 80s.
I know, but I have a brother from the 80s.
Oh,
and
fair enough.
everything changes then. But, I love Cyberpunk, but here's the thing. It took a little look of Cyberpunk with, like, this dark future.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so
bleak and...
Yeah, that's why it's so sharp and, because it's scary, it's dark,
it wasn't
and it's different.
meant to be one of those perfect utopias of the future that
and
everyone keeps trying to portray.
That's, like, round and, spheres and, like...
Yeah.
Soft
Everyone
edges.
always predicts these round edges for everything in
Yeah.
the future. I'm not sure
White,
why that
blue.
is.
It's just, yeah.
Whites and blues and
Calming
silvers
colors.
and, like, circles. And
Yeah.
then lots and lots of green grass. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
everyone predicts the future is supposed to be like. But then Samurai Jack comes along and it just does the exact opposite of that.
Yeah.
And that is supposed to be the dystopian future, but at the same time, it's
Still future.
different.
It took the look of, like, how we kind of see the future in just, like, a normal, like, back alley look, while Cyberpunk was, like, everything's a back alley and everything's, like, I mean, you
It's
can
like
see
the
little
Middle
hits.
Ages again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's just different, but, I mean, here's the thing. From the 80s, you got, like, Turtles, right?
Yeah.
And you got that color, that art style,
Yeah.
and then you have the 90s look, where it's similar to that.
That's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. When I say Turtles, I think we all remember Turtles.
See, the thing is, we're talking about these things, and we're not thinking about the fact that, like,
I
there
don't
are
know
actually people
yeah.
younger than us now.
Yeah, I don't know
who might not
what our
remember
viewers...
these.
I don't know
I
how
don't
old
know
you
what our
guys are,
demographic
but,
is.
I mean, to us, it's like... It does feel like a long time ago, but it feels so... now to us.
Yeah.
I mean... We're not living in the past, but man, it was our
Future
childhood.
is coming up way too quickly.
Yeah, it was. I mean, here's the thing. I used to have dial-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, actually.
I don't know
the
what
thing
you guys
is-
think about that. You
Yeah.
probably don't even know what the hell that is.
I mean, at least if they're younger. If they're
Yeah.
older, then they
Yeah.
would know. But at the same time, like, there are kids who have never lived without the internet.
Yeah.
There are kids who have never lived without a computer that could just hop on YouTube.
Yeah, we never had YouTube when we were younger. The way we used to work, search engines were never like this nowadays. It was hard to like search
No,
up
there weren't
crap.
search engines really.
Yeah, it was
for a
hard
long
to
time.
look
There wasn't.
Yeah, you had to like type in. You had to know what you were going to, or else it's just
Yeah.
like, what am I looking for?
Gee, what website will I go to? Well, I better type in the exact address.
There's no Wikipedia. Wikipedia came by not that long ago. I mean, it was like
Wikipedia is pretty new still.
yeah.
I think it's 10-ish years old.
maybe when I was like in middle school. I swear
10 or
to God.
15 years old, I think Wikipedia is. But, yeah, and I still remember back when I was a kid that we had a computer that could basically do nothing except for, it couldn't, there wasn't really an internet or anything. It
Yeah.
just had a bunch of code on it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I still remember that, and I also remember that my dad magically got like a Pokemon emulator on it. Like
Really?
he got a Game Boy Color emulator on it, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is the best thing ever.
I
Except it was still just like this computer that could only really do code. So we booted it up, and then I had to run a bunch of code to turn on the
Really?
game or something
Dang.
like that.
Well, I mean, for us, we had it wasn't, I mean, back in the day, probably a gaming computer. No, it was kind of like, since my older brother's,
Pong.
like, we didn't have Pong, we had, like, Mother Goose, and that was actually pretty good. The Mother Goose story, it looked like an RPG, like, game, and it was pretty cute. But, since I had a 9-year-old brother, or a 9-year-old different brother, or difference.
Difference.
Age difference.
Age
That's what I'm trying
difference,
to
yes. A
communicate.
9-year older brother.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. So he played, like, Doom and, like, this, joystick game? Nowadays, you don't even see joysticks.
Oh god, joysticks.
Yeah.
Joysticks are so old.
Yeah, he used to have one that was really decked out. I mean, this was, like, top brand, not
There were
top brand,
Pokemon
but
ones at one point.
Pokemon?
Yeah, and there was also racing game ones. I remember having like a racing joystick and had a bunch of cars on it or something.
Joysticks that look like Pokemon things.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I'm pretty sure they weren't official.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We had, like, it was mainly for, this one game that I despised for some reason. It was, like, you get in, like, this, suit of armor, walk around, and everything's pretty much grid. So green grids, gross. I mean, you guys think about, like,
It
how...
sounds kind of like Fallout, like the original Fallout.
Well, I've seen the original Fallout. No, man, this was literally black and green grids.
Oh, okay.
That,
Alright.
and then
Gotcha. So like that thing that we saw in the Baconing with that...
Yeah,
with
like pretty much that. That's how my
with
brother used to
Simon.
play games.
Zyman?
Like, yeah,
Zyman.
that's how my brother used to play games. And you gotta remember, you guys are probably like saying, "Oh, those are horrible graphics," blah blah blah. It's like, no, there could be worse. Like System Shock, the first System Shock.
Hold on.
Disgusting graphics.
To go along with that bad graphics thing, people
Yeah.
are actually saying that Fallout 4 has bad graphics.
You guys, seriously, you guys are spoiled.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I mean not you guys as whoever's watching, but seriously, these guys.
the world
spoiled.
is spoiled.
You guys are being spoiled. Yeah, you can do a little bit nicer. I mean, what we have today, you could go great.
Now,
What we had a long time ago, oh man.
Now, some things have aged really badly.
Yeah.
Like, Pokemon has aged really well.
Oh, yeah.
Shockingly. And, what has aged? Fallout 4 has actually aged pretty badly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, the
Well, not
first
Fallout 4, Fallout, sorry.
the series, the
Yeah,
first
Fallout, the first Fallout.
the first
Has
three
aged quite
tactics
badly.
was horrible. The first three, yeah, I could see someone saying, "Oh, these are horrible graphics." It's like that's what you had back then. You deal with it.
Yeah.
But like, here's the thing, Morrowind. For the Elder Scrolls, Morrowind. When I was younger, my older brother again, had it, and holy crap, I thought this was like the new age of everything. I thought this was just beautiful. I thought the
It hasn't
ground was
aged
beautiful.
very well, though.
I know. I look back and I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh, these are textures that were like bad.
And then you look at Oblivion and you see things like the alien-faced people.
Yeah, I mean, Oblivion obviously made a step from Morrowind.
Yeah.
And then Skyrim did another big step again.
All of these things make different steps, but the thing is, those
Never
we're
looked
going
well,
for
yeah.
a realistic sort of approach.
Yeah, the Oblivion one were really gross.
It seems like Fallout 4 went a little bit more stylistic.
Yeah.
Because it seems like it wasn't entirely trying to go for the realistic faces and stuff like that. It seems like they took a step back from
I
that.
swear to God, it looks good.
Yeah, it seems like they took a step back from trying to make the realistic things happen and said, okay, let's just try and make it work with what we've got, try and make it work with the engine that we've got, and try and make that look a little smoother and flow a little bit better.
Yeah.
And yeah, the faces don't really have perfect dialogue or perfect expressions or stuff like that, but it's way better than even Skyrim was.
Yeah, I mean, you take Fallout and you probably look at the first game, you could tell there's a difference because one of them is literally on top of, you don't see the face, you see this like weird blurry person walking around.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you get.
And people are comparing it not to the last Fallout game, they're comparing it to like things like Witcher 3.
Oh, come on.
They're not comparing
They're
Fallout
not the
4.
same. They're not the same engines.
Yeah.
Like
They're not the same engines, they're not the same
Spoiled.
companies, they're not anything. They have nothing to do with each other, and you can't really compare them. Just because one game looks better doesn't mean that all AAA games will look like that.
Yeah.
It's not a standard just because one game did it best.
You know what I think aged well? Was Silent Hill. It still looks good. It still is creepy. One of the other ones, I think I was playing Origins, Silent Hill Origins, which is just a little bit before, but they still kept with... After Team Silent disbanded, they still kept like the same look, which was same. It was very good. It played just like the other games did.
Right.
And I was like walking around. My mom was watching me playing it, and we get to this one part, and the fog like rolls, literally moving around, and she's like, "Holy crap, this looks good!" And I'm thinking, Mom, this doesn't really look good. It's a PS2 game, and I'm thinking the fog could be better, and she's just like, it looks so real, everything was great. I'm like, wow, I understand she hasn't seen the new games, but
yeah,
man,
like my
this
parents
is
actually won't really play any of the newer games that like in 3D landscapes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Most of the games that they end up playing are things that are either turn-based sort of strategy
Yeah,
games
yeah.
or pixelated sort of games like well, I mean, my mom is playing Stardew Valley 2 right now.
Yeah.
And then things that are like app games that just have an overhead view of everything and you can click on things and stuff like that. But they don't end up playing things like Fallout 4 or like Skyrim in general,
Yeah.
or what other 3D world games? Minecraft. They wouldn't play Minecraft.
Really?
Either.
I mean, it's not super detailed, but yeah.
It's not that it's detailed. It's that it's
just
the 3D
the
world.
3D world.
Yeah.
See,
It seems
my,
like that's.
My parents don't play video games, but like the more that is interested in games is, I guess, my mom.
Yeah.
Because she used to watch my brother play video games, and I guess this is where the difference between us. My parents. I mean, I have an older brother, so I get a lot of things from him.
Right.
You know, I'm hand-me-downs. And
Yeah, you're the typical sort of girl that got all these games from older
yeah.
sibling. And
Yeah, I have 2 older siblings, so I get 2 older brothers.
Hand-me-downs.
You know? I get hand-me-downs, but
Yeah.
I get like video game hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
But like my mom used to watch my brother play all the video games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill and all that. So she likes to watch me play video games. And when she watches me play video games, she's just like astounded by all these like new looks and graphics.
Because she
like,
hasn't seen it before.
she's never seen these things
She
before.
just hasn't looked. Because it's been your brothers and stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, she doesn't look into games,
Right.
you know? But when she see, like... When
It's
they're...
probably because you're the youngest, though, isn't it?
For what?
Like,
Just because...
that she's watching.
Well, yeah, no, well, I mean, it's because she's watching, because it's like... The reason why I needed her for Silent Hill is because it's creepy.
Oh.
It is creepy to walk into a room and not know what the hell's happening.
Yeah.
So I had her just to, you know, watch me. And
Moral support.
Moral support, yeah. She was really good at it. But
Yeah.
the thing is, yeah, I mean, like... Those games are just, like, new age to her. And then you see on TV, and sometimes my dad's like, what is this, a new movie? I'm like, no, Dad, it's you know,
a game.
I remember The Witcher. I was like, no, Dad, this is called The Witcher. It's a new game. He's like, well, this looks like that. I'm like, yes, this is how far we've come. It's like, oh my God, these are like simple to me now, or they're so normal to me.
Yeah.
And then to them, it's just like, ugh.
But, on this note, we are getting very off track of what
Yeah.
our original discussion was supposed to be. Then again, we got off track with the Big Hero 6 part 2.
Yeah, but it kind of goes into your video game now.
This does kind of
Yeah.
go into my thing, because my mom is also playing Stardew Valley along with me, because she's been playing games for as long as I've been alive, even before I was alive. She did tabletop RPGs and stuff like that. They used to play Pokemon with me too.
Yeah.
But, yes, Stardew Valley! That is the new series that I'm doing right now. Don't worry, Cities Skylines will come back soon. I'm just very into farming.
Very, very into it.
Very invested in my farm at the moment. But
Yeah.
it will come back. It'll probably come back pretty soon, probably in the next couple of days.
So, you've played these games, or similar games like this.
I have played farming games since probably I was about 11 to 13, somewhere around there. The Game Boy Advance age. Because I got my first farming game was Harvest Moon, More Friends of Mineral Town.
Mm.
And it wasn't Friends of Mineral Town, but More Friends of Mineral Town had... you could play as a girl character, and that was the big new thing about it.
Oh yeah,
it's
big
kind
new
of like
games.
the Pokemon games. Like, oh my God, now that they're in the Ruby and Sapphire age, we can suddenly be a girl. It was the same with that.
Yeah.
So, More Friends of Mineral Town, it was, of course, just a Harvest Moon farming game. You could have relationships with the characters. There were actually rival events with the characters.
Ooh.
Like, you could actually miss out on marrying people.
Really?
Yeah, if
Wow.
you didn't befriend them fast enough and stuff like that, the characters would end up with each other. And they would
Aw.
get married eventually. and,
Wow.
yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. Because, honestly, it
Make
made
you
sense.
work for it.
It made sense to me because you were coming into this town and it was already established and all of these people had
Yeah.
already been living there. They're gonna have a better relationship than you are.
Yeah.
And maybe they do like each other. Maybe they do want to get married.
Wow, you just come in and ruin it.
Yeah. You kind of do.
You just come in and ruin it.
No one seems to blame you for it, though. Everyone is pretty okay with it. But it is Harvest Moon's 20th anniversary, as
Yay.
well as Pokemon's this year. I know we talked about Pokemon last time, but
I think
yeah.
Pokemon kind of overshadowed it a little bit because
It
I
did.
didn't know about it.
Definitely did. It's actually the 20th anniversary for a couple of things.
Really?
I think it's also like
so old.
Cardcaptor Sakura's 20th or something like that.
Never heard of it, so sorry.
It's not a game. It's an anime. Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Oh
still.
my god.
I know.
Wow, you're really missing out. That was the same age as Sailor Moon.
I know, but I watched Sailor Moon because when we went to Blockbusters, we would get that and Turtles.
Fair enough.
Because, you know.
Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't watch it when I was a kid either. I watched it a lot later on. But yes, it is also Harvest Moon's 20th anniversary. A lot of people didn't know that. Harvest Moon has changed a little bit in the last couple of years.
How has it changed?
Well, before there was the first Harvest Moon games came from Japan.
Right.
They were from a series called I don't want to try and say
That's alright.
Bokujo Monogatari or something like that.
Okay.
So that was the series in Japan. And the series came to America and was translated by Marvelous, I think.
Is that?
Or was it Natsume? I'm not sure. I think Natsume is the Japanese company. I think Marvelous is the American company that translated. Either way, it was translated. But in the last couple of years, the company that was translating and the company that was making the games had a split.
Really?
Yes, but the company that was translating the games owned the Harvest Moon brand name.
Uh-huh.
And so it's split in a kind of awkward way because the Harvest Moon brand name still exists and there are those games and they're still making new games, but they're not making the same games. They're making their own Harvest Moon games with their own things.
Is that those Harvest Moon games that are like, they say Harvest Moon on it, but there's pretty much like a series lined with their own.
Well, no,
Kind
the
of, I don't
Harvest.
remember.
There's only been one game so far that they've made on their
Right.
own, and it kind of reminded me a lot of Minecraft.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it
'cause
called? What's that one?
It's Harvest Moon. It's Harvest Moon.
Yeah, what?
It's from the 3DS. I will have to look it up. Harvest Moon 3DS. Yes, I'm actually looking it up right now. I think it was
New Beginning?
Was it a New Beginning? No, A New Beginning I think was the last game that was the Lost Valley. There we go. That's what it's
Oh.
called. So Harvest Moon: The Lost Valley. So that came out, and
Oh, that's weird looking.
yes, we're looking at pictures of it now. You can't
Sorry.
really see, unfortunately, but Harvest Moon: The Lost Valley came out, and it was a lot different than not that one, this one. It was a lot different from the Harvest Moon games that had already existed because it did have a lot of like Minecraft elements to
That
it,
is
and it
weird.
looked
Does
very
look like it.
square and awkward.
It looks funky.
Yes, it was very weird. So that was their attempt at a Harvest Moon game. The characters were pretty cute, the character models, and
Yeah,
so
they're
were the
cute.
animals. The animals were pretty cute too. But yeah, it had a lot of issues with it. One of the biggest issues with it is you didn't have tool upgrades. They didn't exist.
Aw.
And you had this big farm space, and you had to go and do all of the farming every day. And also the town, you couldn't go to it.
Really?
Yeah, people
Aw.
just came and visited your farm. And it was
Sucks.
like, oh yeah, we live in the town down the way, but
Where's
you could
this
never
town?
go to the town.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so that was a new Harvest Moon game.
Wow.
But now the older games and the company that's still making Harvest Moon games has switched to this title of Story of Seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So Story of Seasons are the newer Harvest Moon games, but Harvest Moon is not Harvest Moon anymore.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's hard.
Aw.
But, yeah, Story of Seasons, there is actually a new Story of Seasons game that's coming out this year, in Japan at least.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, that's probably going to be their 20th anniversary game. Of course, it is overshadowed by Pokemon.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there's Stardew Valley, which is completely overshadowing everything right now farming related, because it reminds everyone of the old style Harvest Moon, but it's got a lot of updated features, like being able to do whatever you want with your farm, and add in buildings wherever you want to, and
See, that's the games I like. Those are
fences
the
and
those are the kind of games that I like. I remember hearing, I think I had a chance to buy one of the Harvest Moon games,
yeah.
and
You didn't like it because you can only do things on the farm and farm things.
yeah, I like looked up and it was like, no, you can't really do this.
Yeah.
It's hard to work with. I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah.
not fun.
Yeah, no, not Story of Seasons. Story of Seasons 2. Story
Yeah.
of Seasons you can also do decorations and things on your farm now. But Stardew Valley has a lot of that customization options and has I haven't done this in my Let's Play yet, but you can actually do things like putting decorations throughout the town. Anywhere that you can go, you can put down things. You can put down pathways. You can put down fences. You can put down, I don't know, like beehives or whatever. But I don't think that the beehives or anything like that can actually produce anything off of
It's
your
only
farm.
on your farm. But that's still interesting to me because I like the fact that you can make a pretty town.
You can make whatever you want in your town. You need more lights in your town? Better go put some in.
Yeah.
Because you can. You can put them wherever you want to. You, can
don't
put
like
new
this
pathways
dirt
where you want
road? Well, put some
Put a
cobblestone
pathway over
road.
it, yeah.
Be pretty.
Yeah, you can do so many things in Stardew Valley.
I like that, and I was watching her play, and I was thinking I should just buy the game myself and
You
play it
should.
myself.
It is really good. It's a really good game.
'Cause-
Even if you're not that into the farming, I
Yeah.
mean, you can do a little bit of farming and then you can get like animals later on.
Yeah.
Later on,
Later on.
because at the moment they're very unbalanced.
Really?
Yeah. At the moment, animals in Stardew Valley are really bad because the first animals that you can get are chickens, right?
Yeah.
But if you get a chicken, it costs you one feed every day, one fodder thing every day, right? But the fodder costs 50 gold, and
Okay.
chickens produce an egg every day, one egg.
Right.
That's worth 25 gold.
Oh, no. That is not...
So,
No. It's stupid.
yeah, it's not worth it. Animals aren't worth it. You can get a silo in your game, and then if you get a silo, you can cut down grass, and the grass will become fodder for your animals.
Mhm.
But if you don't have enough of silos on your farm, and you don't have enough grass that you can cut down, you can run out of feed. So, I mean, really, it's
Just stockpile in the beginning and then just...
stockpile in the beginning, let grass grow, then cut
So
it
you
down
do have
later.
to keep a patch open. Real big patch.
The grass patches, yes.
Yeah, so you do. Okay. Because I was thinking, no, you could just change
Mow
everything.
all that down. Yeah, you
No.
could, but you probably shouldn't at the beginning.
Yeah. no.
Also, grass goes away in the winter.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
it'll all disappear in the winter,
Ugh.
and it'll come back again in spring. But if you don't have enough feed during the winter,
So, yeah, you really do have to think this out.
yeah, you really
Just-
do have to manage.
That's
things.
interesting, and I do like that. It's just... I don't like the ones that are just like, here, we're gonna put here, and we're gonna put there. Like, those app games where it's like... They give you what to get, but then it's like, no, we're just... This square was where it's meant to be. So it's like, well, fuck. And... You know, I don't like app games because they
no,
get
app
so...
games are really weird in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stardew Valley is
it
turning
looks
about.
like a RPG Maker game.
Yeah, it really does. It looks like an RPG Maker game that's really done well. I don't know if it is done in RPG Maker or not, but if it is, it's
Yes.
really
Great.
good. Also,
Kudos.
it's made by one person.
Really?
One
There
designer.
you go.
Yeah.
Amazing. I like the look of it. It looks like the RPG Maker games because it... I don't know, it just... You know, I have the actual Maker, the RPG Maker.
Yeah.
And
I have RPG Maker VX.
a lot of
Ace.
those, like, the tools and stuff they give you look exactly like this, and it's just...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, they're stealing or anything like that. I'm saying it looks like this person did a lot of work just to
It
make
looks
this. It's
like
amazing.
their graphics are different. It looks
Updated a
like they
little bit.
made the scenery themselves.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it looks
like what he had.
It looks a
and
lot similar.
Yeah, it looks like what he got, and he just worked with it. You know, it's really good looking game, and I like that. I like the fact that you can just place everything around. I mean, that's just fun to me. I like designing things.
Yeah, I can't stop playing this game right now. I can't. I mean, I also really like that crows are actually a thing that will
Crows?
hurt your crops. Yes,
Oh,
crows.
Yeah,
Crows will actually hurt your crops. You have to have scarecrows.
no.
If you don't have scarecrows, you're screwed.
You're scared.
Crows will come and steal your crops away.
You make I just don't understand why you make a scarecrow with coal.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Is it? Yeah, you said it's
it
its
takes
heart.
fiber, it takes coal, and it takes wood, but it only takes one coal.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
It's the scarecrow heart.
It's the heart of it.
But yeah, the Stardew Valley is turning out to be one of my favorite games that I've played in a long time.
You liked City Skyline though a lot.
I do. I love City Skylines.
But
I really do.
this gives you a variety of things to do, huh?
This doesn't only have me building things.
Yeah.
It has me talking to people. There's a plot line that I'm doing.
Yeah.
There's something going on with Grandpa. I have no idea what that is all about.
God damn it, Grandpa.
Grandpa's a
Are
zombie.
you alive or you dead? What do you want?
Grandpa's a zombie. He's gonna come back to see me.
It was all a joke just to get you, back into life.
I just really wanted you to
Death
be a
wasn't
farmer.
real.
I really didn't want to be a farmer anymore, and you were the only hope I had.
Please redo my farmland. I don't want to do it.
It's a lot of work. I can't do this by myself.
Goddamn, Grandpa.
We've decided that Grandpa is the reason that there's grass and wood
Rocks
and rocks.
Rocks coming out of nowhere the
that
next
just
day.
appear.
God damn it.
It's Grandpa. It's all Grandpa's fault.
How does a rock just appear out of nowhere the next day? It's like, well, this is new.
Grandpa, that's how.
Grandpa, please, I don't need anything. And then you see a spirit. Good luck, my child. It's like, God damn it, Grandpa, stop it.
You need more material to build your chicken coop. But yeah, Stardew Valley is turning out to be one of my favorite games because it doesn't only have me building whatever the city is, it has me building my own customized thing.
Yeah.
It's like it reminds me a lot of like Animal Crossing too.
Yeah.
Because you're actually going and you're building your own house and putting different furniture in your house.
It's more like this game's more like you get the payout or you get a reward. You get to feel good about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you did all the land.
It's a lot of hard work.
And then you get the reward of it.
But there's so many things to do in it. Like it even has the monster killing aspect, which isn't a part of Harvest Moon games normally.
Yeah.
That's the only Harvest Moon-like games that have come out with like monster hunting capabilities and stuff like that are Rune Factory games.
Mm-hmm.
Rune Factory is basically the equivalent of this. Stardew Valley is more farming based.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley it's really
it
pushes you towards it.
Yeah, it has the farming, and then I could see just going around collecting materials as the game too.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, you could survive off of that, but
you could spend your entire game fishing if you really wanted to.
Yeah,
you could spend your entire game going in the mines every single day.
it does come back to like, oh, you need to do these things to get other things.
Yeah,
the farming part.
The community
you need to do this.
center bundles. You really need to make sure that you have different crops planted every season so that you can get those bundles finished, or you really need to make sure that you fish every season so you can get the fishing bundles finished.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
That's good, and I like that. It's kind of like, again, like the Animal Crossing where there's certain fish at certain times, and you had to do this at a certain time.
Right.
But it seems a little bit easier, whereas, like, Animal Crossing's, like, it goes by real time,
Yeah.
That's harder,
Yeah.
But,
and
yeah,
no, Stardew Valley is turning out to be a really great game. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it and enjoying watching it.
I probably want to buy the own game just to play it myself. It looks fun.
Yeah.
And I like this type of game.
It's a really good game.
I don't like I mean I like you playing City Skyline. I don't think I would enjoy it as myself.
You don't think that you would play that one?
No, it just doesn't seem enjoyable to me. I like watching you play. It's just I don't see myself playing it myself, and I wouldn't buy it.
And that's understandable.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can watch people build cities, but I mean, I know one of my friends was watching me build my City Skylines city.
Yeah.
And he said that he could never build a city like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Takes too
oh,
much
I can't believe that you're so good at building cities or something like that. I was like, oh, I'm not that good, but okay. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.
But he liked watching it a little bit more than playing it because he couldn't do the same, or he couldn't think of the same things that I could.
Yeah.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
But in this kind of game, you could do so many things. You could do so
there's
many
a variety
things
for you. For
differently.
People. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I enjoy those things.
The other thing is, I'm really wondering if there are romantic rivals, because
In this game?
yes,
Yeah.
because I don't know if I've gotten that far in the Let's Play by the time that we've put this out.
She showed me a couple of the romantic options. The first one I saw. Well,
She's
I
really
didn't-
into Sebastian.
Yeah, well, I mean, I saw him. I'm like, ooh, who's that guy? Go talk to him. And you're like, he's a romantic interest. And I'm like,
Oh no,
ooh.
no, that's Fabio or Emilio or something. I think his name actually is, but Fabio.
No, we saw Sebastian first, and I was like, ooh, who's that? Because I like the broody kind of dark dude with no soul. Yeah, I kind of like that.
So we
But
saw
then-
Sebastian first, but then we saw Emilio, and he's like
Fabio. Or, yeah,
Fabio is what I call him.
Yeah.
Because Fabio is the name of like that one book character.
The
in-
book character on the mountain holding the lady with his white shirt a little bit torn open. It's
the
just
long flowing
beautiful.
hair.
Yeah, immediately she passed by him and she's like, oh, he's out. And I was like, oh, who's
Oh,
that?
Fabio.
And then I imagined something, but I was thinking a little cartoony. And then she she clicks on him and the little portrait comes up. I'm like, holy crap. Beautiful.
He's a man's man.
Make babies with this guy. It's beautiful.
I think I'm definitely going for Fabio in the Let's Play. I think that's definitely my thing.
No, seriously, if I get this game, I was seriously thinking about, like, yeah, no, totally, Sebastian would be my husband. Then you immediately show me that guy. I'm like, nope, sorry. Oh, this guy. He's
Fabio
beautiful.
is a man's man.
He's beautiful.
Okay. But, I think that's, probably good for this. Yeah, I think we've talked about all that we can really talk about with
Yeah.
this. It's a really good game. You should try Stardew Valley if you don't already have it, and if you don't want to try it, then keep watching me play it.
Yeah,
Because I'm really into it, so...
Oh, yeah,
probably
she
gonna-
is. I got excited when she was playing it because I was like, this game looks cool, so I'm going to play it because, it looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to pay for it, yeah, just watch Amber play. It's
Yeah.
fun.
On that note, we should probably do some channel updates.
Yeah, we should do
in
that.
general.
We haven't done a lot of
We
things.
have
Oopsie.
not really updated anyone on the channel recently. But, yes, we are trying to figure out, how to get
Situations.
Rachel's recording stuff working. We talked about that at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley is obviously coming out right now.
Yeah.
We're still working on the baconing because even though nobody watches it, we just want to finish it at this point.
We gotta finish it.
Yeah.
We're not quitters.
We know that no one is watching.
Yeah, we got that, you guys.
Don't worry, we're aware, and I'll only put out episodes every once in a while.
Yeah.
But we're still going to finish that because it was our first.
It was our first.
It was our first, and we really need to finish it. Also, I don't know if anyone really cares about it, but there are still 2 episodes of The Wolf Among Us that are coming out shortly. I don't think we're gonna continue on with that. I think we're pretty much done with that. I think episode
Stop
1
at
is
one of
fine.
the episodes.
Yeah.
You'll stop at episode 1.
We've done episode 1 all the way through. I think
Then maybe
that
long after that, if anyone ever wants it again, we'll just continue.
if anyone ever asks for it again, maybe we'll play more. But
I do need to play it myself, so.
yeah, for the moment, I
Yeah.
think we're done with that one.
Yeah.
Just going to put out the last 2 episodes of that.
We need to
of the
finish
first
Undertale.
episode. We do need to
Yeah.
finish Undertale. By the way, speaking of, I know it's
Yeah.
been like a month since we did any Undertale episodes. That is the major update that we haven't actually put out.
It was something happened.
Something happened.
Yeah.
We recorded a couple more episodes at one point,
I think
except
like 5.
I think like
5
5
parts of us.
5 parts or something.
We're
like
doing
that.
so well.
We got up to the next boss battle, and then found out that the files didn't actually record.
No.
So I have been putting it off for a while, but I need to replay through Undertale up to where we were so that we can actually go back to recording Undertale.
Yeah, whoopsie.
Yeah.
Oopsie whoopsie.
So that's where Undertale has been, and hopefully we
Yeah.
will continue that soon.
Anything else? Did we not finish anything?
Well,
We
we
had
finished Long Live
Undertale.
the Queen. We
Oh,
might
yeah.
do more of that.
We might just like skim through that, see anything else we do differently.
I'm thinking that the next time we play Long Live the Queen, we're probably going to go for like a preset. We
Run.
know that we're
Yeah.
going to win this way sort of thing,
Okay.
just to see the plot all the way through, just to see what people say all the way
Yeah.
through and stuff like. And there are a lot of different ways that you can win the game, but
Okay,
it's
there's
more
a lot.
it's
So,
more going to be like a guide the next time that we play it, I
Yeah.
think.
we could do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it won't take too long probably.
It shouldn't. We got through.
We got very, very close to finishing. We got to, I think, week 37, and I think there are 40 weeks total.
Dang.
So
We're almost done. We
we-
almost lived.
we almost lived,
We were so close.
but we didn't quite make it.
We made
So
one little mistake. Oh well.
I think at the most that would be another 5 episodes of that. So maybe that'll come out soon,
Yeah. Maybe.
possibly. I think that's about it for now. We need
Yeah.
to try and figure out another game to start playing together.
Yeah. We should maybe pick up through any of our. We could go through our like libraries and see what we can
Yeah,
figure out.
and there might be an episode of that coming out shortly if
Yeah.
we record that right after this, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Or any
Alright.
suggestions for us, we can,
Yes, if anyone has any suggestions, just keep in mind that we're broke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we have to buy the game ourselves or we don't
We'll
have
look
it,
into it.
we'll look into it, but it's
Nothing $60 worth, man.
we might not do
Maybe
it.
even
we might
15.
do it.
No way.
Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
All right. So I think that is it for this episode of VoxelVixens. I think we've basically talked about all that we really can talk about. We went way overboard with talking about the past
The
because
past,
we're
man.
getting older
We're
and we can't
old.
believe it.
Damn.
And we talked about Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon's 20th anniversary
Yeah.
and about how they're making a new game soon.
Yeah.
And, talked about all of the updates with you, how you're trying to
Man.
figure out recording
It's really hard.
soon.
I mean, it's not easy. You can't just put up a computer and say, go.
It's not easy being green.
No.
Alright, so, yeah, that'll do it for this episode of VoxelVixens, guys. So,
We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
time.
thank you for listening. And yes, we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.